I know you've heard that story about the boys that were raised by wolves. It's in every continent, every culture. Everybody tells the same tale. There's a little infant boy that's abandoned out in the woods. It doesn't look too good for the guy. But then some kind of wolf comes out of the woods. It says the man-child could make a good meal. Yeah, a good meal, but not one very satisfying. The thing was so small and you could hear it squeal. So she picked him up. She was a girl wolf, bitch. And she brought him home. The thing was cold, but he snuggled in. And when the other cubs tried to push him away, he took that foremost right tit and he never went away. The man-child grew strong and true, a leader of the pack, maybe in a couple of years or two. But now, so much to learn, because the jungle is a home to many animals. Animals like snakes, the python, and elephants too. The Banderlog was there with their usual foolish tribe. The Banderlog, the despair of every meaning well-meaning, right-leaning, left untold, honorary animal society. The Banderlog, they look kind of like little funny men. But they're not really. And they know it. And it makes them kind of mean. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One day the Banderlog was traveling through the treetops with their usual chatter, their usual fecal-free, flying, flung foulness through the air, from branch to branch, when they met the man-child simply by chance. Now his mother and his father had told him, do not go into the jungle alone. Don't go in the jungle alone. You are too weak, too small, too lacking in tooth and claw to get by on your own, much less alone. But the man-child said, all I can see, it seems like maybe it belongs to me. And besides, I have curiosity. Must go and see what is over the horizon, the next bend, the other side of the mountain, maybe what's on the moon. Gotta find out real soon. Hold on, son, the wise old wolf said. You stick your nose in where it doesn't belong and it ends up dead. This is the honor of the tribe, the law of tooth and claw, the law of fang, the law of paw. And the man-child thought, yeah, that could be true. Except I'm not you. But he was wise beyond his years. So he bided his time, and he learned what he could, and it was all to the good. He had adventures untold. With the python by his side, he discovered rubies, emeralds, and gold. And fallen cities covered with vines, civilizations lost to time. The man-child knew, as the animals all did too. It doesn't matter what you happen, the jungle's gonna get you. They're gonna get you. If you stand in one place too long, the vines will start creeping up your leg. And if you're not careful, they'll wrap around your head. Man-child alone in the jungle, far from home. The Bandalog said, yeah, this is our time. This is our turf. This is ours. They swooped down in a troop and tried up to scoop the boy to their joy. But they saw, instead of a paw, he had a hand, 5 fingers, and a thumb. Not 5, but, with a thumb, 5. And in that hand, there was a stick. A stick with a point. And in the other hand, a little piece of glittering, sharp-edged obsidian stone. And the Bandalog said, I think we're going to leave this man-child alone. Now, this story, if you've been listening to me, it's oddly reminiscent of the dude called Mowgli. But, that's just a trope, because you can find the same thing happening way over in Europe. Those twins, Romulus and Remus, they're famous. Suckled by a wolf. They found in Rome. Rome, eternal, for at least a couple thousand years. That's the kind of people that wolf raisin rears. This is my lame guitar solo. Now, Romulus and Remus has spawned a tribe. From the 7 hills, they spread far and wide. Our lake was the Mediterranean Sea, and Troy and Egypt, they all belong to thee. Yeah, that's the thing. When you're raised by a wolf, you got sharp teeth, glittering eyes, and you don't take no shit when you're after a prize. But not all wolves are covered in fur. No, that's a mistaken identity. You see, some of them have tailored in London suits and Italian shoes. They carry fountain pens and the briefcases that bring the blues. But you could probably sorry. Now we continue on a zoological theme. There's many animals that can be brought abeam. How about the people raised by whales? You know, they could tell us some awesome tales. Horizontal axis, not like a fish. Their tail goes up and down, something like this. Down to the bottom of the deepest sea. Hunting squid is misery. Nothing down there, not one shred of light. The whale uses sonar and his super bite. The squid is large, suckers the size of plates. They battle in the darkness to win their fate. But he can move up and around because the whole ocean is a whale's playground. How about going to that Mexican bay? I believe it's called Bahia today. Meet your buddies and girls of the pod. Have sex for hours in the shallow pond. Yeah, there's pangas and outboard noise. But let me tell you something. Listen, boys. Those pesky things that seem to watch us, yeah, that's what they do. I'm a whale lover. How about you? Well, the noise, it's not that good. It kind of clouds up your picture of the neighborhood. They could easily remove it with just a swipe of the tail. But the elders tell them, hold on. There's another side to this coin. So, something that needs to be told. Because these pesky little creatures might in our future hold. Have you heard of the Japanese killer hunter ships? They swim faster than hell. They can't keep up with it. They use harpoons that blow up in your guts and leave you writhing in a pool of red blood. Well, these pesky creatures that say they love us, they'll protect us from the other ones that want to put us in cat food and whale steaks and I don't know what else. Whales have brains. They have feelings too. They can sing a song that's heard throughout the ocean through. Now I have a theory about whales, why they're so good, why they only have good stories and tales told about them. Can you guess? Brother, take a look at your usual whale. Yeah, there's the head, and yeah, there's a tail. But there's one thing you won't find. Whales don't have hands. They can't fool around all the time. Now, people, the tribe of man, they say they come from monkeys, which would help us understand why they can't sit still, why they have to monkey around, why they have to throw stuff and defile the very ground. And anyway, we've had it with whales. There's other animals that have their own tails. Who's next? Raised by bats. Now the bat is an animal that learned to fly. They can be a fox size or smaller than a fly. They live in caves and belfries, not under rocks. They hang upside down because they don't have to wear socks. Some eat fruit, and that's understood, but some of them actually would prefer to eat blood. Anyway, that's the thing. They fly at night. That's a mysterying. People don't like that. The night is afraid. That's the time when the spirits walk and trouble is made. But the bat, that's his scene. He uses echolocation to describe the scene. They catch the insects, they eat them up. They might even cure yellow fever if you let them up. But there's a story to the bat. It's very sad. They have a disease, one that is rad. It makes their noses turn all white. They get disoriented and try to fly at night and crash into stuff and fall down dead. Now the really sad thing they came to learn, the kind of thing that would make any bat burn, they found that the disease, it had a vector. It was the scientists and other inspectors. That's right, and I think the same thing happened with the frogs. The scientists are poking around under logs. They leave germs. They touch one. They fly to another continent. They touch that thing. Pretty soon it's pathogenic for everybody. And anyway, there's about 20 million metal containers, 20-footers, 40-footers, 50-footers, that drive here about every 2 weeks on the backs of Asian fleets. Do you think that there might be a bug or two hiding in the cargo that was supposedly meant for you. It's possible. The kudzu is here. There's lungfish and stuff. They got diseases at the border that are only supposed to be in Africa. It's a global world, baby. We're all gonna get what we deserve. But it might not be what the propaganda has served. Now there's another animal. It's called the donkey. It used to be a symbol of a honky, but not anymore. It's a multicultural mule. It wants free goodies and wants to have sex in school. That's the way that everybody says. The orange man is bad, and that's because he wasn't supposed to win. It was Hillary's turn. You know, she earned it, and that's why she's got the burn. The P dossier and all that kind of stuff. Well, she paid for it, and man, she got her money's worth. Now there's another animal, which we should discuss at some length. It's a dog. The actual, suburban family pet. Those things are kind of cute. But if you get them too big, you got trouble. It takes a lot of input to maintain a lab. And what he leaves behind is enough to make you sad. So take my word for it, folks. Take my word for it all. If you gotta have a dog, make sure it's small. Thank you.